So, Rahz is also known as the motivator. With an upbeat and positive attitude, his passion for helping people and life and business developed from his belief that success and knowledge must be shared. He's been in the trenches of fitness for 15 years, both online and offline, and successfully launched multiple businesses. He's a co-creator of MetaBurn. Here's the other part of MetaBurn. Greg Calific, good to see you. And other fitness brands, and also the creator of the Menopause Fix community. He knows menopause like the back of his hand. Today, you'll find Rahz coaching clients in one of his 2 private training studios, or teaching the art of selling with passionate entrepreneurs and health professionals. Hailing in from Long Island, let's welcome Rahz.
How's everyone doing? Outstanding. Is this not a great day? I'd like to give it back to AJ first and foremost, my good buddy here. And it's been awesome to actually follow Ryan Lee. I mean, I stood up for 10 years plus. I've been following Ryan. To actually have the opportunity to be here and speak after him makes me a little bit nervous. I'm going to be honest. Whoa, we're moving.
I got you. Yeah, just
cool.
Keep
All right, so I'm just going to basically jump into 4 simple tips to tell. But before we even get into selling, how many of you actually already have an online coaching business? Raise your hand. Awesome. How many of you are getting on the phone and actually talking to people? Good, good. Daily, weekly, webinars, all of the above. Great. Anybody have a fear of getting on the phone? Okay, a few. So you guys are the ones I'm going to be talking to directly. Those who already can pick up the phone and make it happen, you're already a step above. But if you learn a system, you're going to have the ability to actually just move along a lot faster. So we got 4 simple tips here. Next slide, please.
Okay.
Is it not? Yep. I want to make sure it's going through.
Okay, so, sorry.
No worries. A little technical difficulty.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
But anyways, a lot of people look at sales and they look at guys and they think of someone like this guy, or someone's going to be sleazy, just selling you something. Can you relate? Pretty much we always, buy my shit, do this, do that. Well, what I want to share with you is why you're not going to want to get and connect with people like that. You're going to want to learn how to be clear with your passion. The underlying trend today, what you heard AJ start with, is knowing your client to the nth degree. Once you know your client's need, want, the number one pain, you're going to have the ability to easily transition them into your solution. Your solution is your passion. AJ said it. It's your superpower. If you know what your superpower is, you're not going to have a problem with actually just giving it and delivering it authentically and easy. My superpower, I fucking love getting up in front of people. When he said, write down your goals, I don't even know if my slides are going to work today. Doesn't really matter. I know I love to connect with people, teaching them what I've been able to do. Now, how did I learn it? By getting in the trenches, doing my homework, doing my due diligence, following people like Ryan Lee, learning from them and learning their passion and how I can transition it to you and other people. So, a little bit about myself. I own 2 personal training studios. You can see I limp, I have a disability. I couldn't read or write basically my whole life. I grew up poor, broke, poverty. A lot of people had a poverty consciousness around me. I decided that that wasn't gonna be my fucking story. When you decide that that's not gonna be your story, it doesn't matter what the outcome will be because you're gonna create it. So I decided right away. They said you're going to be in a wheelchair by the time you're 18. You'll never walk. You'll never be able to play sports. You'll never have a business of your own. Nobody in your family owns a business. Well, I just decided to say, fuck you. Here it is. I'm going to do it. And you give it 15 years later, I think I've done okay for myself. I get to follow and work around with people like this and have my best friend every day with me. So I am living my life that I want to live. So clap up for if you want to live your life that you want to live, all you got to do is decide today that today is the day that you're going to leave that story behind, move forward with the information and content that you're going to deliver and learn this weekend, and the rest will be history. So we're not going to, the big promise, I can promise you this, don't even worry about it. The big promise is that you're going to learn how to get on the phone today. How many of you want to get on the phone really quickly today, tomorrow, and start making some sales? Say aye. Awesome. So my story, I had a podcast, I wrote a book, all that good stuff. We don't have time for that, so I'm going to go through that. 4 things I want to share with you guys today. 1, belief. 2, how to build rapport quickly. 3, I'm going to teach you a system of getting on the phone. And 4, conviction. When you have conviction, you're on fire with your passion. So the best tool is your phone. You need to be willing to pick that phone up and use it daily. If you're afraid to use that phone, you will not be able to build a high-ticket coaching business. Bar none. Yes, there are a lot of people out there that can write great copy. Not me. There are a lot of people that can build awesome graphics. Not me. There are a lot of people out there that can build awesome websites. Not me. But what I can do is pick up the phone and say, hi, my name is Rahz Slaughter from Metaburn Fitness. How you doing today? Awesome. Let me share with you. You were on my website. You wanted to learn something about how to lose weight, how to make more money. Well, I'm the guy that can show you how to do that in the shortest period of time. Would that be okay with you if we took the next 15 minutes so that I can share with you how you can do that? Yes. Outstanding, outstanding. Let me ask one or two questions about you. What's your name? Terrell. Let me ask you, what's your biggest stumbling block of getting on the phone? Gotcha. Confidence. So if I'm able to show you how you can build your confidence in the next 15 minutes, would it be worth 30 minutes of your time tomorrow? Yes. Outstanding. That's all you got to be willing to do. Get on the phone, start to talk, build some rapport, and get a connection. So you get your belief grows when you change your attitude. Once I started to believe in myself, and I knew that my service and my skills could actually help someone, like AJ said, transform, then that increased my actions. And how did it increase my actions? By doing the reps. I basically said, you know what, 30 minutes, I'm going to get on the phone. Doesn't matter what the outcomes are. I'm going to make some calls. I'm going to go talk to people. I'm going to network, shake hands, and kiss babies. That's what you got to do in this business. Then I said, once I got a little action, the results came. Once I got a little success, and, I could talk to Terrell, and I was like, okay, you know what? That works. Wow. Okay, let me do a little bit more. Then I did a little bit more. Now, it doesn't matter. Once you get that result, it's a big cycle. You just start going around and going around. The money starts flowing. Things start happening. And then your good friend AJ calls you and says, hey, why don't you speak at my event? So I'm going to give you 5 hacks real quickly. 5 hacks to change your belief. First, you got to pick up the phone, build your reps. We're all in the fitness industry. We know how you build a stronger muscle is by putting some resistance on that muscle. When you put some resistance on that muscle, you're going to adapt. When you adapt, change happens. This is what you're going to have to do with your businesses daily. You can't do it I want to wake up at 10, go to Starbucks, hang out with Ryan. No, you got to do the damn thing every day until you're so confident, until you're so strong at doing it that it doesn't matter. You got to also believe that their number one pain. Terrell, what's your ideal client's biggest problem?
Ironically,
Confidence. Okay, so now that's not ironic, to be honest, because a lot of us struggle with the things that we're trying to help others get over. And that's actually good because as you get over it, you can share your story of success, the hero's journey. All right? So then you got to know your scripts cold. A lot of people say, I don't like scripts. You know what? Those people who don't like scripts don't get on the phone either. Write your scripts out. Know your scripts. If you know what you're going to say, inbound, outbound, voicemail drops, you can be on target. And here's you don't want to sound robotic. Hello, my name is Rahz, and I want. No, if you practice what you preach, the script becomes you. You got to be an actor up there. And when you're on the phone, I'm pacing in my house. Hey, what's going on? I'm going to make your life change. Now, that sounds a little bit like Les Brown, but that's not who I am. But, all right, you got to also know that you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. When you get on the phone, it's all about what you have. You can help someone. You can share. You can transform them. So why not just tell them? Just be cool with it. Say, hey, you know what? This is what we're going to do today. Is that cool with you? All right. Let's do it. Let's get it done. And they'll feel that energy. And then you got a 10X. What does that mean? We all hear this 10X. Grant Cardone, but it was actually before he ever even came in. But 10X, you got to understand that the value that you deliver is 10 times worth the solution. So when I get on the phone, I know it doesn't matter what I'm going to charge someone, that the value they're going to receive is 10 times that price. So if you agree with me, say aye. Awesome. I want to make sure we're all into here together because we ain't got no slides, so you guys are just looking up here at me. I did not think that was going to happen, but you got to be prepared. Life gives you opportunity. The opportunities are not lost. They're just not taken by the people who are ready. I'm ready. Would you agree? Yeah. Outstanding. So let's get to the parts of a call. The parts of a call starting with, there's 5 parts. Number one is you got to have your greeting down. When someone calls me, and Greg heard it yesterday, this guy I love when people call me in sales. It's fun. He's like, hello, can I speak to Ralph? I'm like, who? When you call someone, you must know their name. Hey, can I speak to Terrell, please? He knows I know him. So he's not going to be like alarmed. When I call, I know. Number 2, you got to know the reason for the call, but you have to have the big promise? What are you going to deliver in that short period of time that's going to transform that person to want to give you money, to want to connect with you, who wants to hear what you got to say? Because we're all very busy. We don't have time to waste. 3, you got to qualify your lead right away. Qualify your lead. When that person gets on the phone, you got to go, oh, here's the reason I'm calling you is, and you were on my site, you went to my Woofu forum, you filled out this, and this is why I'm calling you. And your big problem is that you're 45, you're 50 years old overweight. My demographic, I own a site called My Menopause Fix. So when I get on the phone with them, hey, Mrs. Jones, you're having this challenge, right? Hot flashes, not feeling well, staying up late, not wanting to get in bed with your husband with the lights on. Can you relate? How do you know that, Rahz? You're a 38-year-old male. Well, I studied my ass off. So once you know that, then you gotta have the big money question. Mrs. Jones, if I could help you solve that problem, would it be in your best interest to get started with me within the next 5 to 10 minutes? Yep. Outstanding. Now, did you hear how I caveated that? I didn't say next week. I didn't say tomorrow. I said in the next 5 to 10 minutes. What did I do? I presupposed that she's going to sign up with me today at the end of this call. Then you want to make sure you set an appointment that you're going to have a follow-up. That's when she's going to get started. Then you want to make sure you close it and get off the phone. Because if you stay on the phone too long, you'll talk yourself out of sales and you'll talk into other situations and the objections just start to flow. 6-figure strategy called secrets. Number 1, you got to be willing to say, and now this is for those if you have an assistant. I'm blessed now at this point in my business to have an assistant. She does my pre-qualifying calls. This is what she'll go and say. Right away, Mrs. Jones, if I can squeeze you into Rahz's schedule today, what time would you like to get him on the phone? Either afternoon or a little bit later this evening. I want to get her on the phone right away. She's hot, right? That's the key. If you wait too long, you're going to see, oh, wow, they'll put it off tomorrow. Then the pain will go away, something will come up, and they're screwed. 2, don't interject the time. Let them tell you the time. So when you have your assistant and this is you, get on the phone and say, hey, what's the best time for us to talk today? He'll give you the best time. If you say, oh, I got 4 and I got 2 open, what if they don't have those times open? Now you got to go, what about this time? Now they don't feel like you got the confidence and your tonality will go down because you'll feel a little bit rattled. And one key tip here is that when you know you have an appointment tomorrow, say, you know what, Mrs. Jones, I'm going to call and text message you tomorrow to confirm that we're on. Is that okay? I'm going to talk about the yes ladder and building that up, but I'm always going to ask questions. Questions are your weapon to success. Lock in, and that's my next slide. Lock it in. You want to make sure you're building that up. So let me ask you this. Is there any reason that you're going to miss this call tomorrow? No. Excellent. I'm going to text message you and make sure that we get on the phone. If she says, well, I might have to pick up my son from soccer, well, then go, you know what? I don't want you to interrupt your time. What's the best time that we should get on the phone that I know that I could have your undivided attention for the next 30 minutes? That's certainty in my voice. Building rapport, step 2. You got to stop selling, start servicing. Get on the phone, deliver something. Give some value right away. So many people get on the phone with these strategy calls. We all know this is in the industry right now. They get on the phone and they talk to you, what's your name, da 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 da. Next thing you know, they're like, oh yeah, my program's $10,000 for 10 days. You're like, huh? But you didn't help me with anything. Don't be that type of person, because that's the slimy salesperson. Get on the phone and say, you know what? I'm going to tell you what we're going to do here. If you like it, great. I'm going to ask you a few questions. If it's a right fit for us, cool. We'll keep it going. We'll make it happen. If I can't help you, we'll part as ways. But before I even get off the phone, let me ask you, what's your biggest challenge that I can help you with today? Right away, if you help them with something today, they're going to, even if they don't sign up with you, they'll go to your website, they'll get your emails, they'll get your blog, your videos. Down the road, 7 to 9 times before you know it, they're going to be on your buyer's list. Again, know their pain. That's the crucial thing. You got to know their number one pain. You must also have a service that you know. Don't get on the phone and not know what their pain is. So many people do, oh, I got this cool new widget. I got this cool new workout program. What if they don't even need it? If I get on the phone and I tell my menopausal women that I got the next greatest tip on how to build muscle, they're going to look at me like I'm crazy, because that's not their pain. What keeps them up at night is hot, feeling uncomfortable. So I got to ease that pain, not my own, which I just want to be, happy and all. So we're going, oh, that didn't even change. Okay, there we go. The system, 5 tips to the system. You got to nail, and what the system is when you get on the phone, you got to nail the first 20 seconds of the call. You know, Travis, right? Travis, you got a coaching business, right? I do. Give me your pitch. You're calling me right away. Let me see what you got.
Hey,
Rahz.
Rahz, how you doing today?
Outstanding, my man. What's going on? I'm real short on time.
So today, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go into my coaching program, and if it's a good fit, I'll talk to you in the last 5 minutes how we can work together. But if not, we can part ways. But you will get some value from this call, and I will fix your immediate challenge right now.
Awesome. Give Travis a hand. Thank you for participating, Travis. What I'll share with you there is that is good, but you want to get crisp it, I know, on the spot a little bit. But when you call someone, tell me why you're calling me right away. You're calling me because. I'm calling you because. You nail that first 20 because they want to know, and we all heard this, what's in it for them? Not you. I know why I'm calling. I want their money because I'm in business to help people transform, but that's the vehicle, right? But you got to make sure that you are, well, you're scaring me moving. You got to make sure that they know why you're calling. That's step one. Then you have to intro. You want to make sure you nail your intro, have your scripts prepared, move on, practice your scripts, role play. For those coaches out there that are not role playing and just getting on the phone cold, that's like an actor just showing up and saying, hey, you know what? I didn't read my script, but I'm ready because I'm Malcolm whoever. No, that's not going to happen. You got to know your shit. When you know your shit, it doesn't matter. What are the 3 to 5 objections that you hear and receive every day? That is crucial. Mine, I don't have time. I need to talk it over. You know what? You're a male. How do you know what's going on in my life? Well, let me share with a story about my client. You know, Mary lives in Alaska. She had X, Y, and Z. Over the last 12 weeks, we've helped her lose 25 pounds. She has more energy, sleeping all night through. Let me ask you, would you want to have those same results? Yes, of course. And I know my objections. When you know your objections, you can handle them very easily. And then you want to have what's called the yes ladder throughout your conversation. Travis, if I can show you how to get on the phone and nail the first 20 seconds without thought, would that be value to you? Yes. Outstanding. You know, Terrell, if I could help you with your confidence, give you 3 to 4 ways to boost your confidence daily, give you an exercise, would that be of value to you? Yes. That's a yes ladder. When you build your yeses, and I can tell you, within a 30-minute consultation strategy call, you should be able to build 20 to 30 yeses. If you're not doing that, when you get to the end of your close, how can you say, hey, Eric, you know what? I want you to give me your credit card. They're not prepared. They're just like, huh? If I've had someone go through and say it 20 to 30 times, when I say, hey, Mrs. Jones, this is an A or a B. Do you want to start with this program or that program? She's going to say, that one. I'm going to say, let's get it going. So I have an example script here. I'm not going to read it because it's really tiny. But what I will share, at the end, I'm going to give you a link. You can pick up these slides because you didn't get to see any of them. And you're going to have the opportunity to read this slide. This script is what I use and is what my assistant used actually to make strategy calls all the time. Number 4, step 4. And I got 3 closes I'm going to share with you, but step 4 is ABC. What does that stand for?
Always be closing.
Always be closing. No. Always be connecting, brother. You got to be connecting. If you're closing, people know it's coming. But I agree. You got to start with the end in mind. Closing is, as a salesperson, as someone that's going to be on the phone, if you don't want to ask for the close, you're done. A lot of people, Greg, you'd agree. You've been working with me for almost 9 years. When you first started getting on the phone and we were selling network marketing juice, what was your biggest challenge?
Always asking for the sale, being confident about it. I would talk my way out of it.
This guy could get in and talk the presentation all day. The benefits, the features, all of that good stuff. And then he'd get to the end and he'd be like, yeah, what do you think? Huh? What do you think? You got to know. So my favorite close is the A-B close. If, then that, basically. Greg, I'm going to give you present A, present B. Which do you want to get started with today?
B seems better.
Outstanding. The assumptive close. I start assuming the close from the point I dial the phone. You know, I'm going to automatically say, Steven, you know, it's obvious that you agree with me that this presentation's been electrifying in the last 19 minutes. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
So why don't we just get started so I can help you get up in front of the stage next week? How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Outstanding. That's all it is. And now I'm going to, real quick, it's not on my slides. Do you guys see how I changed my tonality? How I changed my voice inflections? That is a key to communicating and building rapport. When you learn those types of skills, it's going to allow you to be more dynamic on the phone, on your webinars, and even in your copy because you know when to change it. You're not just one time, we're going to be talking about some sales and this is really fun and, if you get on the phone, you can make some money. No, nobody's going to connect with you like that. And then I love my last close is you'd be crazy not to start right now. And it's simply, you know what, Mrs. Jones, my program goes at $10,000, but because you're an action taker and I can sense that you were ready to get started, you'd be crazy not to start today. So I'm going to slash off $3,000 for you. It's $7,000. Are you ready to get started, Mrs. Jones? Yes. Outstanding. Let's get it going. And objections killing. We all going to have some trouble with this. This is one tip that I learned from my sales mentor. And it's when someone gives you an objection, you want to make sure that you don't make them wrong. Right away. I get a lot of rookie guys who I'm coaching, and they'll be like automatically, oh, well, you know why, Mrs. Jones, you need this? No. If they say time is an issue, you know what, Mrs. Jones, I can understand. I can relate. Feel, felt, found. You ever hear that? Feel, felt, found. A lot of my clients felt the same way. But what they found over time with working with me is that I was able to shorten their time. They had more availability, and then they got the great results, and time wasn't an issue. Mrs. Jones, if I can show you how to lessen that feeling of time being a restraint for you to get started today, would you want to get started with A or B? And you just go in there. Ask a question, follow up, and here's the sales tip number one. You got 2 ears, 1 mouth. You got to listen twice as much as you can talk. So I got some books on here, 10 books I think you guys all should have in your library. If you don't have a library, then you are failing. There's 10 books on there you're going to get. And that is my time. Anybody who would like a strategy call, critique while I'm hanging out here, you want to get just role play, I'm here to serve. My name is Rahz. Thank you guys, and have a great day.